Chalo. Good evening, all, and thank you for joining on this Thursday evening at 8:30. And welcome to SIT. SIT is Startup Ignition Team. Startup Ignition Team, let me give you a little brief. It is a noble cause that was envisioned by Manoj Kabre, LK Lakshmikant in Pune, and late Mr. Anant Bhatta. All these three people felt that there has to be something done for the startup community, there has to be something done for the entrepreneurs around. So they created this WhatsApp group. That's how it started. And in SIT, that is Startup Ignition Team, what do? We ask only one question. As a fellow businessman, as a fellow entrepreneur, how can I help you? Be it investment, be it mentoring, getting you market accessibility, giving you knowledge, consulting, name the thing what an entrepreneur requires. We are here to help you in our capabilities. That's what SIT is. In that, one of the initiatives is SIT Chat. SIT Chat is the brainchild of Mr. Dinakar Murthy. Dinakar Murthy is the ex has been working with was working with Robert Bosch for a long, long time, and later he wanted to share his knowledge to all the other companies to make exceptional leaders and create world-class company through his innovation called as doHow, and he runs a consultant coaching company called as Samuthána Consulting. My name is Sagar Maudgal, and what do I do? I am a proxy to Dinakar to run SIT Chat today. And what do I do? I'm a mechanical engineer, and I run two startups. One is we are into sustainable architectural design. That is one consulting firm what we have. So mud block houses and those things is what we do. The otherwise one more firm is I have got a consulting firm which is into recruitment for manufacturing firms alone. This is what I do. Okay. Now over to today's guest. Our today's guest is Dr. Anil Gupta. Dr. Anil Gupta, who hails from the Knowledge Factory of India, it also called as Kota. Okay, originally he belongs to Kota, and later Dr. Anil has got experience in these overseas and mainly from Maryland, and now he is settled down in Delhi. He is the chairman of a company called as Connect Ventures. So let us know more about Dr. Anil Gupta and what he does through Connect Ventures. Over to you, Dr. Anil Gupta. Let me just brief you the format. The format is now Dr. Anil Gupta is going to take the stage for next couple of minutes. He is going to explain to you what he does. And the later part is where we all can have a healthy discussion to get our doubts clarified or to add to what Dr. Anil Gupta says. With one disclaimer, I would hand it over to Dr. Anil Gupta. The disclaimer is Dr. Anil Gupta is an expert in his field. However, members are free to choose his services with your own due diligence. Thank you, and over to you, Dr. Anil Gupta.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sagar. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to the audience as well for taking time to join this. So basically, Mr. Sagar has already given the wonderful introduction. Let me add here, the Connect Ventures is not just a business. We started it with a mission. In 2009, when I started my business coaching career, I was, guiding CEOs on three different areas, and one of the area was the cross-border expansion. So while advising, while agreeing, while planning with CEOs or business owners, uh, what I find is that there is a difference between the execution and what is being planned. And the reason is unavailability of the reliable advisory services to enter into the foreign market. The services offered by big four companies are very, very costly, which is not affordable by 98% of the businesses. So they don't have any other option than putting the foreign expansion plan uh, in the cold box. So uh, we came into the picture with a mission to help businesses for whatever the hindrance they are facing in the foreign expansion. So here we find the 5 C's. 5 C's is basically, first is the coaching. Okay. So when we are working for a uh, working in a country, we are born and brought up in a country, we assume certain things which are prevalent in the Indian society, but that may not be true for the other countries. So when we say belief means be lie is already there in that. So sometimes your belief system may be wrong, and we need to understand other countries' systems before choosing any country to expand into that particular uh, territory or country or geography. There may be a lot of differences between the legal governance system. There may be a lot of cultural system differences, normative conditions differences. So we need to understand the geography, uh, if it is suitable, or if it is suitable, then how I can adapt to that particular geography. It can be the localization of the product, it can be localization of the marketing strategy, it can be localization in the value creation by that product or service, so like that. Okay. Second is the consulting services. Once you plan that, okay, I will be expanding in UA, or I will be expanding in US or in any other country, then where I will go for company incorporation, what kind of planning I need to make before expanding, before setting up a company in a particular foreign jurisdiction. What is the compliance applicable to me as an Indian citizen or as an Indian company or Indian business to own the foreign company? So many of the people these days, they are going on the online and then incorporating a company through certain online consultant, and they are not aware about what is the Indian compliance. So such kind of challenges should not be faced by the businesses. So for that, we have the compliance services. We help in the foreign country. Okay. We help in Indian compliances as well. So Indian compliances only which is related to foreign businesses. So maybe the transfer pricing, maybe the FEMA or like that kind of things only. We don't deal into the local compliance of India. Okay, so we help between the touch points between the two heterogeneous governance system. So, for example, if you incorporate a company in the US and you, as an Indian citizen, you have certain obligations to comply with Indian governance system. Now, if Indian governance system requires certain documentation and US CPA says, no, I don't produce this because it is not required in the US. So we are the people who help you at both places, and that's why you need not to become the sandwich between the Indian CA and the US CPA. And whatever the challenge you will face, that we have already faced several times, and we have already identified the solution for those things. So that's why you need not to be worried about any of the such challenges. Third one is we are now trying to achieve the third C, which is connecting with the different stakeholders in a business. So stakeholder doesn't mean the equity partners, but maybe like the local representative in the particular country, or maybe the franchisees, or maybe the investors, or maybe the vendors, or maybe the customers. Okay, or maybe any other stakeholder which is required to running the business smoothly. Okay, so third C, the still we are in the uh, you can say we have started this, but still we are in the growing phase. But two C's we are already doing very well. we are helping in the compliance services, consulting services for 40 plus countries. We are already advising as a coaching services for different wide spectrum of areas. And fourth and fifth is collaboration and co-creation, which we still need to be achieved. But that we will not discuss right now because it is still not being offered by Connect Ventures. Okay, so we have the mission to offer these 5 C's to the businesses so that Indian businesses and the Indian compliance professionals, CA and CS, combined, I say Indian economic soldiers, those are empowered with the proper weapons to conquer the world.
Dr.
Those,
Anil, if you
yeah,
can just list all the 5 C's in one order once again, only list those 5 C's, please.
okay, coaching,
Yeah.
consulting,
Okay.
connecting,
Okay.
collaboration,
Okay.
co-creation.
Okay. Okay. Done. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So we want to empower the Indian economic soldier. What I believe is the only soldiers which are on the border are not sufficient for a nation to prosper and stay safe. We need to have the knowledge leaders, we need to have the economic leaders as well. So we on the responsibility to empower the economic soldiers. In this way, we are helping the nation to become the 5 trillion economy, to support the Make in India, and to support to the prosperity of the nation. Okay, so that is the brief introduction about the Connect Ventures. Now, uh, about the globalization, when we plan about the cross-border expansion, the first question comes into the mind is, India is already a 140 crore people country. And India is basically, I will say, is a country of countries. You can find several type of each type of customer. A Golgappa person giving you 20 rupees per plate, he is also doing the business, and 1000 rupees per plate, he is also doing the business. So you have the customer at every purchasing power, every belief system. You want to sell organic or you want to sell the adulterated product, you will find the customer for everything. Okay. Then why I should go to the uh, outside India? So here are several reasons why we should go outside India. There may be like two reasons. For example, the US companies come to India, US IT companies come to India not to serve in India, but they want to stay competitive in their domestic market. And that's why they want to get the IT work done, software programming work done, or the maintenance software work done in the lower cost. Okay, so they are not coming to get the customers from India, but they want to stay competitive in their own market, and that's why they are coming to India. Same way, there may be n number of different reasons. The cheaper raw material can be there, or maybe the cheaper human resource, or maybe the country's availability of the raw material can be the question, maybe the economical processing or favorable market, or maybe the unleashing the benefit of legal framework or FTAs, free trade agreement, or international treaties, or like that kind of things. So there can be many reasons to go the cross border. Okay, so for example, most of the businesses in India they generate a lot of business in the month of Diwali. And once the Diwali is done, then the sale is not even the 50% of the previous month. Okay. Now, for example, you have a textile company having 1,000 people working with you. So you manage the entire real estate of 1,000 people. But after Diwali, you don't have that enough business. Okay. Or maybe after Diwali, you don't have the business for the, you can say, summer clothes. Okay. Now, you need to identify how I can make the 12 Diwalis in 1 year. So what you can do is, once you are over with the Diwali in India, you find the Christmas in the Western world. Once you are done with the Christmas in the Western world, you come to Middle East for the Eid season. Okay, there can be Valentine season, there can be Eid season, there can be New Year, there can be n number of other things, National Day, blah 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 blah. So why we should not celebrate to the 12 Diwali, so that you have the stable demand for the products you are offering in the entire year. Okay. Second thing is, sometimes if you are selling in India, you might be facing the fierce competition. While the same thing, if you offer in other jurisdictions, there might not be that great competition in that particular jurisdiction. So, for example, in India, if you you start the IT company, there may be a lot of IT companies mulling for the domestic market. But if you go to the US market, then you will find the dollar billings. So there you will be able to generate enough cash for the growth. Otherwise, in Indian market, what happens? Already you will be working on the very lean margin in India as IT company. And even that lean margin is not available at the time. So you work for a software program for 3 months, you deliver it, client will not say anything till that time. Now you raise the invoice, and that fellow will say, after 1 month, I am traveling. So I will come back after 2 weeks and then I will pay you. And then after 2 weeks, you will find a lot of defect in your product. Okay. And in this way, whatever the money you wanted to get to in 3 weeks will take another 7 months to get the entire money. While if you are serving with the Western world, maybe first of all, your profit margins are better, and you will get the timely payments, so that your cash flow is always positive. So you can analyze the 10 different IT companies in your circle, which are only working in India and which are working for the foreign market. And you will identify what I'm saying is 100% true. Okay, so there can be a number of different regions which require the foreign expansion. Okay, now if we understand that, okay, now I need to expand in the foreign country, what should I think about? How I need to plan my globalization? So for that, you must understand what is the model of globalization I will choose. There can be one model that, okay, I will find Mr. X in that particular country. I will sell the product to him, and I don't care about to in what rate he is selling. But only thing is, whatever I'm selling to him, he will give the payment to me. So, for example, if you want to sell something in the African countries, now you don't know the language, you don't know the local culture, you face the conservative laws of that particular country. So it's always better to only enter into the franchise mode only, that you are handing over the goods to somebody on the cash deal and take the money. That's it. But if you are going in the open culture, in the uh, English language culture, then, for example, the US. So there you can manage the customer directly. So there can be a different type of challenges in each country, and based upon that, you need to identify what will be my entry mode. Okay, there can be a franchisee relationship, there can be just exporting, or there can be availability of the e-commerce platform. So you sell the product on the e-commerce platform in that particular country. Or maybe you can have your own supply chain distribution system in that particular country. It all depends upon how foreign businesses are acceptable in that country, how your products are acceptable, how much your money is secure in that particular country, uh, what are the cultural differences, how good your understanding about that particular country. So based upon that, you identify what can be the entry mode. And uh, those entry mode can be planned in the stage fashion also. So for example, today I have a one product, for example, okay, I have a, say, some nutraceutical product, for example. Okay, so first what I will do is, I will sell it on the Amazon or Walmart online or eBay. Once I find the enough customers on online, I find enough reviews on online, I find enough ratings and the numbers to vouch for me, then I will find the local suppliers on that in that country, so that people understand this product is sellable. And now the situation is, they will ask, okay, on what terms you can give this product to me. If you directly go to them without any supporting numbers, then they will be in a situation where they will say, oh, I will sell it only on this particular terms. But now, if you have the numbers to support, then probably you can uh, uh, negotiate in better terms with those particular uh, distributors or supply chain ecosystem stakeholders. Okay, so you need to plan your entry modes and the roadmap for variation in the entry mode. Otherwise, incorrect entry mode can cause a lot of trouble as well as financial losses in that particular market. So, for example, if you sell goods to some African countries and they don't pay you, or maybe they pay for one shipment, it's okay, second shipment is okay, and third shipment they say, okay, no, your goods are not good, and that's why I'm not paying you. So rather than facing those kind of challenges, we can plan our entry modes in the proper ways. Okay, so that is something which you need to plan before expanding in a particular country. Now, once you say, okay, I will be uh, planning for a particular country, maybe in the US or maybe in UK or maybe in Mauritius or maybe in Nigeria, you need to think about many of the parameters. So, what is your globalization objective? You want to have the more market, you want to stabilize the demand all across the year, you want to protect your IP, you want to increase valuation of your startup, you want to have the tax optimization, or what other globalization objectives you have. So based upon those objectives, we need to design, you need to structure our local presence in that particular country. So, for example, if you want to have the IP in a US company, then rather than having the LLC, it's better to have it in the corporation company, because once you sell the corporation company after a certain term, then the exit benefits are tax free. Okay, while for IP, if you sell it after a certain time, anytime in a LLC business, then you need to pay the tax from the $1. Okay, so you need to identify the globalization objective. Then will the product sell well in that country? Now you need to understand what are the cultural or normative conditions. So, for example, if you make any accident in India, or if you have ever seen any accident seen in India, the fact is that there is a mistake from the bigger car or the bigger vehicle. If anybody car person hit the bike, then it's a mistake of car person, car owner. If bike person hit the rickshaw, then it's a mistake of the bike owner, and he need to give the damages. It's not the legally correct thing, but people have a strong belief system in that. So that is the normative condition. Okay. So we need to understand the cultural and normative condition of that particular country. Then climatic condition in that country. So if you want to sell a fairness cream in say European country, then probably there is not a market for you. You need to identify a formula for the tanning cream in that particular country. Okay, so that you can sell, you can identify sufficient customer base for that particular product. Then medical aesthetics. Maybe if you want to sell certain, say, protein, and that country is already getting a lot of protein in their food because of the local recipes, then you may not be requiring the additional protein powder, right? So then what are the local alternatives available for that particular product? Then what kind of product familiarity is already there, and how much effort you need to make it popularized? And then what kind of market size is there? So all these things you need to consider, and then you need to localize your product. You need to localize your marketing stationery. It's not just translating in the local language. It's basically localizing the marketing strategy means that, sorry, stationery means, for example, if you show a uh, female in bikini dress on your product uh, packaging, then it's okay in the Western country. But if you do the same thing in the Gulf countries, then your product will be banned from the first day. So you need to identify what kind of local customization required in your product, in your stationery, in your marketing strategies, and what kind of value chain you want to create. So, for example, in India, the kids are still pampered by the parents even after 18 years. While in Western world, usually after 18 years, many of the parents demand the parenting fee from the kids. Okay. So if you have any product which is for teenage and you want to sell through the emotions, it's hard to sell through the parents' emotions. There you need to show your marketing strategy, like, okay, how the girlfriend looks, is delighted by this product for whatever you are wearing, whatever the perfume you are using, or blah, blah, blah. Not as a parenting emotion. But yes, for the kids, you can use the parenting emotions. Like the Johnson Johnson's is always showing the very healthy product, very healthy baby when they are using the Johnson product. And when they are having the TV ads, it looks like if Johnson Johnson is not there, then this universe could be sick, right? So those localization is very much important based upon the study. Then how much you feel comfortable in that particular country. So is there any language barriers? Is there any cultural barriers? There can be a number of things which you are thinking as a culture is right, may be wrong in that country. So, for example, if somebody is eve teasing a girl, a lady in Middle East, in Saudi Arabia, for example, in any other Gulf country, GCC countries, even if you call to the police will interrogate you first. How you know this lady and this person is not the wife and husband? You know the face of this lady. How you know? Because that lady is not supposed to show her face to uh, other than his brother, her brother, her father, or her husband. So how you know her face and how you identify that they are not the husband and wife? So do you have any unfair relations with this lady? Uh, there are many evidences where in Gulf countries, rape victims are compelled to have the 5 evidences that yes, it was a rape case. If there are 5 evidences available, then what they are doing at that time? But that is their local culture. We cannot say wrong or right, but we need to understand that, okay, what are the local culture which can affect my business and how I need to behave in that particular culture.
Okay.
Then what
Dr.
are
Anil,
the,
Dr.
yeah,
Anil, just a small intervention. Now, at this juncture, I just would want to open up if there are any questions or clarifications from the audience. We already have hit 9596. So, any questions from the audience at this time? Can you take that?
yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Okay, audience, we are opening up for questions. You are free to ask. Dinakar had already asked a question while we were discussing. Dinakar, would you want to go ahead asking a question? Just give a moment. Yes,
Yeah, first
Dinakar
of
has
all,
unmuted.
thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mr. Anil. It was really a nice, very elaborative discussion and a presentation. Can you please list out 5 reasons why, in what way you are different from a normal trade association, like the Indo-German Chamber of Commerce or Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, who also do the same thing? What way are you different from them? That is the first question which I have.
Okay. Okay.
Second is, you
So
spoke about having an access to 45 countries. So there,
40
how
countries,
is
yeah.
the 40 countries and how do you manage
Yeah.
that? It seems to be quite elaborate. So these are the 2 questions which I have got. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. So the Chamber of Commerce are usually into, first of all, for MSME businesses, joining those chambers and then identifying the proper stakeholder and meeting them. And usually, for example, in Estonia, the Estonian Chamber of Commerce, they charge the company incorporation fee around $2,200, while we are doing it in the $500. Okay, that is one thing. Second is we are partnering with our client in the entire journey. We are hand holding them not only for a single country. So if you go to the Indo-German, they will only help you in the Indo-German, not the Indo-US. Okay, but in case of just one moment, one of my partner is calling me again and again. So we are helping you in uh, your entire globalization journey. So, for example, if you have an entity in US, you have entity in UAE, you have entity in Singapore. So, how you can optimize your international taxation? There should be one company which understand all the jurisdictions so that they can devise one strategy, devise one plan to optimize your cost of taxation. Okay. Another reason, most of the companies, so most of the Chamber of Commerce, they don't provide any coaching services to the CEOs. Okay. We are helping them not only in coaching services, we are helping them in consulting, we are helping them in connecting and all these things. So I think Chamber of Commerce are not to our competitor, you can say. Rather, I will say they are collaborator, because many of the Chamber of Commerce are in touch with us and actually they are getting the work done through us. Okay. So we find a lot of business from different Chamber of Commerce. So they are the collaborator, not the competitor. Okay.
Okay, and Dinakar's
Now,
second question was quite interesting. With 40 countries, how are you able to manage?
right. So basically, we are helping, we have our own local offices in multiple jurisdictions. First. Second is, we have many of the skills available in our Indian ecosystem. So we have, for example, US CPA, we have uh, Canadian CPA, we have the UK ACCA. So we have different skills available in our Indian ecosystem itself. And then maybe for some of the countries, we may have partnered with the local businesses, local service provider, because they are giving us business for other jurisdictions and we are giving business to them for the uh, local, that particular country. So for example, for Nigeria, we get a very few requirement. So we don't have the local skills available in-house. But what we are doing is, the Nigerian people, they are giving us business for many countries. So we are giving them certain business uh, by connecting. But in this case also, you will have your all the information secure. You will have, uh, we will own all the responsibility. And in this way, you will feel like, okay, you are getting it done through the correct ventures, because wherever we are partnering, even for a few countries where we have not too much business, there also the first point of negotiation is, we have the 4 brand promises. One is speed of action. Second one is accuracy and competence. Third one is ease of doing business with us. And fourth one is the cost competitiveness. And if any partner believes in these 4 brand promises, then only we will partner with that country. Otherwise, we will not prefer to go in that jurisdiction even. Okay. So this kind of partnership arrangement is only for a few countries where we cannot afford to have uh, the in-house skills because of very low demand. Otherwise, for most of the countries, be it US, UK, Canada, UAE, Singapore, many other countries, we have the in-house skills available and we do it in-house only.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Anil.
I just had one more question, sir.
Yes,
Through
definitely.
your services, Anil, what has been the export share that your clients have realized? Have they,
Pardon?
what has been the share of exports? Have they doubled the turnover because of your association? Have they tripled it? What has happened?
Okay, great. So I have certain testimonials with me where the people have grown 1100 times in 3 year duration.
1100, is it right? What I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means the base would have been very low.
You can say
Because I
yes.
think we need to be a little careful with the
Earlier he
numbers.
was
1100
only working
times.
in India, and now
Yeah.
they have expanded to 7 different countries.
Yeah, even then,
And
1100
it's not.
times is the growth that you would achieve in possibly 25 years. So I think we need to be a little careful with the numbers. When the base is very low, then 1100 is okay. Understood. Now, the next question which I have is, how do
Yeah.
you address the liability of whatever product that is sold from India? What are your thoughts on that?
Liability, can you please repeat again what is your question?
Pro- Product liability. When you sell the product in India or a service in India, though the liability laws are there and the consumer laws are there, many a time the manufacturer goes scot free, which is not the case in Europe or in Australia or in US, Japan. There, the product liability and the service liability is extremely stringent. So, how do you make sure that these companies don't get affected because of that?
See, basically, we are a corporate compliance. So, means we have restricted ourselves up to the corporate compliance. Okay. So, whatever company affairs, whatever taxation related matters, we own all the responsibility. For example, because of any kind of reason you have received any notice from Internal Revenue Services in US, yes, we will help you in that. But if you have any kind of lawsuit because of your product deficiency or services deficiency, then we may help you by connecting to certain consultant, but that is not the core service which we are offering. So we don't want to
Because if you
take it as a
see,
business.
yeah, if you see, Anil, you see the reason why an Indian company would not venture into a foreign market is not because of non-availability of accountants and legal advisors. It's basically because of the product liability and the market access. So that is a key area. If you say that you're doing coaching,
Okay,
consulting, collaboration, and so many things, I really wonder why
right.
you are not considering this also. It is a very key aspect when decision is to be taken to understand what would be my liability when I go to US or when I go to Germany. That's a very key decision factor, right? And I think maybe you need to consider that and review it. Also. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
So in that case, most of the businesses, what they do is they have the uh, various kind of insurances. For example, there can be directors and officers liability insurance or error and omission insurance. That kind of liability protection insurance the client can take, so that even if there is a lawsuit, they are protected from the damages.
Okay.
And I think that is, for example, many of the IT companies which are venturing into the US market. So if you want to safeguard, say, up to 5 million US dollar, maybe your cost of insurance will be somewhere 3,500 US dollars or $4,000, depends upon the product features. So if you really want to do the business, then this kind of cost is not that much big if you have a serious plan and you have a significant business in that particular country. So you can insure yourself. That is the safest thing, because you need not to pay for the attorney, you need not to pay for the damages. All the things are covered from the insurance.
Okay. Fine. Thanks, Dr. Anil. Are there other questions from other members? I don't see any hands raised. Okay. Dr. Anil,
Mr. Kapil is asking, sir, what is the difference between consulting and coaching services?
yeah, that he has asked in the beginning of the session. Yes, please go ahead if you would want to
Okay.
take that question.
Okay. So basically, coaching is just the advisory, understanding their particular custom challenges, and then advising the solution for that particular challenge. Okay. Or maybe if something they are planning, then advising them about what kind of different challenges they may face. So that kind of services are in the coaching area. While consulting means actually implementing those things. For example, if we have planned that we need to enter into the US market, then we need to incorporate a company, we need to register a company in that country. So we need to plan, okay, now the Indian company will own your US company, or individually you will own the US company. What kind of share capital structure you will have? Okay, what kind of company you will incorporate? In US, in which state you will incorporate? Okay, so there may be a number of things which we need to plan, and that will be part of consulting. And then actually implementing means incorporating a company in that particular state, that particular type, that will be also coming in the consulting services.
Okay. We have got Hemant raising his hand. Yes, Hemant, go ahead, please.
Hey, hi.
Up.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Anilji.
Hi.
Anilji, I'm Hemant,
Hi,
founder of Pi Info Systems
Yeah.
and your books. So in case if I want to register a company in Australia, how much do you charge and what all support can you provide to run that company, and what are the yearly charges for that? The first of all, the charges I need to incorporate a company, and then what are the annual charges for the same?
Okay. So here, first of all, I need to understand, do you have any local shareholder available for the Australia, or you will have totally as a foreign shareholders only?
I have a local
Because
shareholder as well, but I'm not sure. I mean, I want to know the both the cases. Like if I don't include her into the company, or I mean, how about if I do it alone, or what is the scenario when I do it with her, who is a who has a PR in Australia and very well known to me?
okay, so I think what we can do is we can discuss it one-on-one in this. What are the merits and demerits of doing this? What are the cost implication in both the and what kind of compliance overheads we can have in both ways? So I think you can contact me. You can schedule a call with me, and then we can discuss one-on-one this.
And do you provide any other support as well, other than just registering a company, or?
No, it's not just registering a company. We take care about all the taxation and secretarial compliances as well.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the advantage with us. We not only help you in that particular country, we help you, one is the foreign countries compliance, one is Indian compliance to own a foreign business or
Okay.
foreign assets.
Yep.
Okay. And what are the touch points, challenges between two different governance systems? So we help in that also. So that is the unique advantage we are offering. Incorporation is just like buying the air ticket, but that is not the start of the journey.
Yeah.
The actual challenges comes when you are starting your journey. And we are there to help you in that particular journey.
Sure, sounds good. Sounds good, sir. So let me schedule a one-to-one with you, and then let's have say.
उधर ही नेबरहुड में है, उधर ही नेबरहुड में है, छोले भटूरे समोसा लेके जाके बैठो.
Sure.
Okay, yes. Let's move on to Dr. Sharmili. Dr. Sharmili needs one suggestion. Yes, Dr. Sharmili, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you so much, Anil sir, for such a wonderful information. Sir, from last more than 1.5 years, we are working as a engineering consultant with US company, and at present, I am trying to develop in Middle East. So,
what is your business? Dr. Sharmili, first tell us what is your business?
Yes, my business is engineering consultancy.
Okay.
We are not providing any goods and product. We are providing this engineering design and in asset integrity, all the information and like that. But we are not providing any products.
Okay.
Can you be a little brief of what engineering services?
Yeah, like first, as I said, engineering design, civil 3D, land development
Okay.
design,
Hmm.
and third is our asset integrity.
Okay.
So from
Basically,
last
it
one,
is something related to uh, civil engineering design or mechanical engineering design. What kind of
Civil. Civil.
skills?
sir, in India we are providing mechanical also, but now with US company we are working from last more than 1.5 years. There we are working with the land development civil 3D.
Okay, okay.
So, sir, my question is that, like as till means we are not thinking about the GST and other taxes. So as we are working with the US, we have filled this W8 form.
Right, right.
So more and through our company, this US company also trying to develop their business in the India. One thing I wish to know about that. So, is there any other documentation and other some like formalities are there which I should look properly? First question, and second, very soon I am going to start in Middle East also same kind of thing. So, what is the different, and for Middle East, what are the compliances and documentation I should to be keep like yes, for Middle East I should do this formality. This suggestion if you will give, that will be very helpful for me.
Perfect. First of all, about the W82. So, if you take, any payment to uh,
Yes,
from
sir,
the
we
local
clearly
country, local US clients, or if you pay to any local person, local entity, or if you
sir,
pay to the, yeah,
uh-huh. Sir, as I said, we are giving only the like soft copy of the designing like that. They are paying us in the rupees, not in dollar. It is coming in the our account in at the mode of rupees only.
so a US entity is not doing any business in this case.
They are using our manpower as we are consultant.
No, no. What I'm saying is your US company, you have the US company, right?
No, I'm working with the US company.
No, she
Okay,
does not
got
have
it.
an entity
Got
registered in US. She is
Yes.
providing
Okay,
services to an US company
US
from here
customer,
for
customer. US is
customer.
customer.
okay. Right, right, right. Got it, got it. So basically, yes, as an Indian entity, you need to provide the W8 BAN E form. It's not W8
Okay.
BAN, it's W8 BAN E form. Okay,
Done.
for withholding taxes. Okay. Uh, and because you don't have any kind of associated enterprises or anything, then I think most of the US compliances are not applicable to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Only thing is, if you want to unleash the benefit of service exports, then in India, you need to have proper FIRC and EBRC, etc., which will document that how much service export you are doing so that you can get the proper incentives for that.
Okay, sir. About this, I'm not knowing still about.
Okay, so about this, what I can suggest is uh, we can discuss it one-on-one because one specific case may be not interesting to other people. So
Right.
we can discuss what are the incentives available for the service export and what kind of registration, etc., required for service export so that you can get the proper incentives. And tomorrow, whatever you are getting the foreign exchange, you will not be asked any question about the source of funds, anything related to FEMA compliance. So we can guide
Okay.
you on that. You can schedule
Thank you.
one-on-one session for this.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
welcome.
Thank
She
you.
had
Thank
she had a
you,
second
Dr.
part of
Family.
question. Hello. Yeah.
The
She had
Middle
a
East.
second part of
Yeah,
question also, which was about Dubai. So, sir, can you please?
Middle East. Yeah.
Yeah, Middle
Yeah.
East.
Okay. Yeah, so in Middle East, you want to enter into that particular market or you want to set up a company?
Sir, in Middle East also same, like with Middle East customer, you can say we are starting to work very soon.
Okay, so in that case also, basically, most of the things which you need to take care about the Indian compliances only, because you don't have any legal entity over there. Okay.
Okay.
So I think in your case, whatever is applicable for US, the same will be applicable for the UAE as well. So you need not
Okay.
to worry about the local compliance in the UAE. Most of the compliance will be Indian compliance only.
And sir, one more thing, like means
Yeah.
there is means I confirm from other, but I make to confirm from you only. That for like US and like Middle East, there is no other taxes like GST at all. I heard. Is it okay, sir?
No, it's not
IGST.
true that there is no GST or no nothing. It's all depends upon what kind of revenue distributions are there, where your entity is registered, or like that. So, for example, in US, you are billing from India, okay? But
Okay.
if you have a US entity, then after a minimum threshold, in US, basically, there is a difference between Indian GST and the US sales and use tax. Uh, Indian GST is the origin-based tax regime, where if you have a company in UP, then wherever you are selling, you need to consider the federal IGST and state UP GST only, wherever you are selling the product. But in US, it depends upon which state you are selling. So, for
Okay.
example, in California,
Okay.
if you are selling more than $500,000 product or services, then you
Okay.
may require the sales and use tax registration. Okay.
So what for
Now
Washington?
depends. The see basically I need to check for particular each state because every state has different criteria. It's not only the uh, threshold of the revenue, but it also depends upon what kind of business you are doing. Some of the services may be exempt. Okay.
Okay.
And even exemption means maybe different in different states.
Right.
So
Criteria.
some of the state may say, okay, you are exempt, but you need to calculate in your total turnover. Some of the state
Okay.
may say, okay, you are exempt, but you need to file the return for this. And
Okay.
other state may say, okay, you need to file the return even because it is exempt.
Okay.
So every state has different system. So what actually we do is we conduct the sales and use tax audit for our clients on the every quarter basis. And we identify that in which state you need to register for the sales and use tax. And based
Okay.
upon that finding, we provide the consulting services to register and then file the return in those particular states.
Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
I will contact
Now,
with you.
yes, we come to the end of the session for today. Thank you all for joining. Before we say a goodbye, may I request whosoever possible to please turn on your videos. Let me take one snapshot. That is for our thumbnail for our YouTube. Please turn on your cameras. Just give me a moment. Yes, Sunil, can you turn on your camera? Jamal, Dr. Sharmili. Okay, here I go. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, thank you. And usually we've got Amarji who winds off with a farewell note. Who would want to take our regular visitors? Who would want to take Amarji's position today? Hemant?
No, I think Dinakar should be the right one. I'm
दिनकर तो
too
होस्ट है
too young to
चलो
do.
आज दिनकर को हम लोग फेयरवेल के लिए बुलाएंगे दिनकर would you want to do the finishing note is Dinakar there no Dinakar has left ले लो हेमंत finishing note please
Okay, thanks for the opportunity, Sagar. And it was amazing session by Dr. Anil Gupta. And everyone, I suppose, whosoever is present today has achieved a real knowledge that you shared today. And really obliged to have you on Sit Chat. And wish you very good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much,
thank you all.
Hemanji.
Thank you, Hemant.
Thank you, Sagar ji.
And
Thank you, Dinakar
before we sign off, good night for the evening. Once more, the disclaimer: the speaker today is an expert in his area. However, we would want you to exercise your own discretion and due diligence before you avail services of the expert. SIT shall not hold any responsibility for hereafter. Okay, with due respects to all the attendees and the expert speaker. SIT on every Thursday at 8:30 conducts such sessions. We would request you to please keep coming back. And if anyone of you over here want to present your business as an expert, for example, Sharmini, you had a lot of things to talk about US and the Middle East market. If you would want to be a guest for our chat session next week, please reach out to me. And also, if you would want to recommend somebody else, please recommend. My name is Sagar, and you can find me as one of the noisiest in all the SIT groups. And
Can you share any website link or email if you wanted to know more about SIT and about you?
we are on LinkedIn. You can type Startup Ignition Team. We do not have a website yet. You can type our name in LinkedIn and you can find us there, Kapil. What
Sorry,
do you do,
come again,
Kapil?
please. Startup. What's the
Ignition
What's the
Team.
name?
Startup Ignition Team.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you, sir.
And where are you from, Kapil? What do you do?
I'm from Delhi, and I actually came here because I've known and I've heard Anil sir before. So
Lovely.
Anil sir was the trigger, but so I'm knowing about SIT for the first time. But I look forward to learning more about
SIT
it.
is a SIT is you please make a note of my number. I'll put it on chat. You are free to join our community, Kapil. Okay, my number is 9632399112. Okay, that is my number.
Yeah.
9632399112. It's on chat. You can ping me and I will send you a link. It is as easy as joining WhatsApp. Okay.
And SIT community is available in different regions as well. In the Bangalore,
Yes.
Chennai, Hyderabad. We have one in Delhi NCR also.
Yeah, and Delhi NCR, that Londa with the beard is the one who is the single point of contact. Hemant Nagpal. Hemant, put your number over there. Okay, you can get in touch with the local chapter as well. We are a free-spirited community helping startups and entrepreneurs, Kapil. Thank you all for coming. And Sharmini, if you would want to feature next time, please do join.
Next month, sure, I will let you know. Because already I'm working for one presentation that will be ready.
Okay. Whenever you're ready. And MR Prabhu, what do you do? We are seeing you for the first time. Jamal, we are seeing you for the first time. Okay, MR Prabhu is hibernating. Okay, then. Thank you all. Have a great night, whatever is left, and have a great week, whatever is left.
Thank you, Sagar. You have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
you, everyone. Thank you, Hemanji. Thank you, Sagarji, Dinkarji, everyone, audience.
Thank you.
Thank you.